If I were to stop you right now and ask, what's your business plan for your life? How would you answer? Some people might shrug, some might laugh, and others might point to a list of vague dreams they scribbled down once in a notebook. But the truth is, most people don't have a plan at all. They have a string of hopes, a pile of what-ifs, and maybe a few scattered goals that come and go depending on how motivated they feel that day. And that's the problem. Because if you ran a business the way you're running your life, you'd go bankrupt in a month. Think about it. Would you ever open a company without a mission? Would you ever hire a team without knowing what they were supposed to do? Would you ever invest money without expecting a return? Absolutely not. But that's exactly how many of us treat our time, our energy, and our potential. We waste resources. We spend carelessly. We live reactively instead of proactively. And then we wonder why we're stuck in the same place year after year, why nothing changes, why the dream feels so far away. The reason is simple. You are trying to live without a blueprint. You are hoping that somehow, some way, your life will work out. You're hoping luck will carry you, or that opportunities will magically land in your lap. But let me tell you something straight. Hope is not a strategy. Wishing is not a plan. Success doesn't fall into your hands. It comes from direction, clarity, and execution. A business plan for your life is not about control. It's about clarity. It's not about predicting the future. It's about creating a compass that keeps you steady no matter what storms hit. Now, here's the key. A business plan always starts with a mission statement. So let me ask you, what is your mission statement? Do you even have one? What do you stand for? What do you want to create? What kind of impact do you want your life to leave behind? Most people can't answer that, and that's why they feel aimless. If you don't know where you're going, how will you know when you arrive? If you don't know your mission, how will you measure your decisions? You need that clarity. You need to define what matters most to you, because everything else should be filtered through that mission. That's your foundation. But a mission alone is not enough. Every business has goals, specific, measurable, realistic, time-bound goals. So what are yours? Not wishes, not someday I'll get in shape, or someday I'll be financially free. I mean, real goals like deadlines, like contracts with yourself. If a company wants to grow revenue, they don't just say, well, I hope sales improve. They say, we are going to increase sales by 20% in the next 12 months, and here's how. That's clarity. That's strategy. That's execution. Why should your life be treated with less seriousness than a company's profit margin? You need to bring that same precision to your health, your relationships, your career, your finances, your personal growth. Write them down, break them down, measure them, adjust them. Here's another thing. Businesses review their plans constantly. They track progress, they evaluate performance, they pivot when necessary. But how often do you check in on your own life? How often do you look at your goals and ask, am I moving closer or am I drifting further away? Too many people set goals once, forget about them, and then feel disappointed years later when nothing changes. A business doesn't survive without accountability, and neither does your growth. You need to be honest with yourself about where you're succeeding and where you're falling short. That self-audit is uncomfortable, but it's necessary. Because what you don't measure, you can't improve. Let me take this deeper. Think about your time as capital. Every single day, you're spending it somewhere. The question is, are you investing it or are you wasting it? A business tracks every dollar. They don't just let money slip away unnoticed. But we treat our time, our most valuable resource, like it's unlimited. We scroll, we procrastinate, we delay, and we give away hours we can never get back. That's like a company burning cash on things that don't matter. And eventually, the company collapses. Don't let that be your life. Be intentional with your time. Spend it where it brings a return. In your growth, in your relationships, in your health, in your purpose. Because when you spend time wisely, the compounding effect is extraordinary. Now, here's where people get stuck. They think, I don't know where to start. I don't have it all figured out. And that's okay. You don't need a perfect plan. You just need a working one. Businesses don't launch flawless products. They start with version 1, test it, fail, learn, and improve. Your life works the same way. Don't wait until you have all the answers. Don't wait until everything is lined up. Start now. Write your mission, set your goals, track your progress, and adjust along the way. You will pivot, you will stumble, you will make mistakes, but that's part of the plan. A bad plan adjusted is always better than no plan at all. Let's talk about mindset. Businesses that last aren't built on motivation alone. They're built on systems. Motivation fades. Excitement comes and goes. But systems, routines, and habits carry you when the feelings fade. Your business plan for life should include systems that make success inevitable. If your goal is health, build systems that make exercise and nutrition automatic. If your goal is financial growth, build systems that automate savings and limit wasteful spending. If your goal is learning, build systems that ensure you're feeding your mind every single day. Systems remove the reliance on willpower and replace it with structure. That's how businesses grow, and that's how lives transform. And let me remind you of something crucial. If you don't have a business plan for your life, you are going to end up working hard on someone else's. That's the reality. Companies have agendas. People have plans. If you don't set your own direction, the world will assign one to you, and it will rarely be in your best interest. You'll spend your energy building someone else's dream, chasing someone else's mission, investing in someone else's vision because you never clarified your own. Don't let that happen. Step up as the CEO of your life. Take ownership. Be deliberate. So here's the challenge I'm leaving you with. Write it out. Not tomorrow, not someday, today. Write your mission statement. Write your top 3 goals. Break them into measurable steps. Create a system to track your progress. Review it weekly. Adjust it monthly. Build your business plan for your life the same way a CEO builds a strategy for a company. Because your life is the most important enterprise you will ever manage. And when you do this, something shifts. You stop drifting. You stop waiting for the perfect moment. You stop relying on luck. Instead, you gain direction. You build momentum. You start to see progress stack up. And one day, you'll look back and realize you didn't just live. You built something. Something intentional, something meaningful, something lasting. That is the power of having a business plan for your life.